Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to work with pip and virtual environments in Python. So pip is a Python package manager. It'll pull in any package you need and give you all the modules and things that you need for your project. Now, virtual environments are great to, they basically create a virtual environment where you can install all the modules and packages that you need, and they will be kept separate in each virtual environment so things don't get mixed up. It avoids polluting the system and avoids dependency conflicts. So you can install specific versions of each package, and each environment can have a different version of a package. So we're going to start out by showing you how you can create a virtual environment. So we're going to run Python, and on the system, I'm going to have to specify Python 3, and you will say -m venv and venv. So right here, this is the command VM or venv, and this is actually a module. So a -m specifies, Python should run a module, and we're going to run this module right here. So the name of the module is venv, and we're going to create an environment or a virtual environment called venv. So I'm not being super creative with my naming of this environment. Anyways, this is actually going to create a directory for us. So let's go ahead and run it. And yeah, so it looks like this is not installed on this system. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Usually I just have it already installed on every system. I'm going to go ahead and install this. So I'm going to keep this in the video in case someone else runs into this issue. So sudo apt install python 3.12-venv. Normally, you're going to have this installed on any system you're working on. And there we go. So we've installed that. So now we can go ahead and actually create our virtual environment. So we're going to run python 3-m venv. And here we go. This should create our virtual environment. And there we go. So you see this directory here. This is our virtual environment that we've created. So let's just take a quick look at it. So you can see there's some things in there. A config file, a lib directory, a bin directory, and so on. So I'm not going to look in too much more detail. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to activate this virtual environment. So you're going to I'm going to paste this in here, source, and this is the directory we just created that we were looking at. And then in the bin subdirectory, the activate script, you're going to want to source that. So source that script. And yeah, I got the name there wrong. This is venv. There we go. So we have sourced it. Now you are going to notice that it says venv right here. So this will tell you what virtual environment you're in, just in case you forget or you get confused. So that's a helpful little thing that it does. Now we're going to show you how you can install pip or install Django using pip. So now that we're inside this virtual environment, we're going to install some packages in the environment. We're going to do that with pip, right? So pip install Django, right? So we can go ahead and install it like that. Now, what if we want to remove Django? We can say uninstall to remove it. We say yes, and there we go, we've removed it. Now, what if we wanted a specific version of Django? We can say pip install Django equals 5.1. Install Django 5.1. And you can also say pip list to list the modules that are installed in this environment. So we have SQL parse, Django, pip, and asgir-ref. So those are installed in our environment. So any modules that you've installed or that came installed, or for whatever reason were put in there as prerequisites, like they will, they'll show up here, right? So next thing we're going to want to do is show some package details for Django. So we'd say pip show like this, and we're going to show some details for it. So we got the name, the version, the one that we specified, and a quick summary of what it is, And so it's missing some details, but it basically gives you some details about it, right? And what do we want to show you next? So let's say if you want to upgrade Django, you can say pip install -- upgrade Django. So it's removing Django 5.1 and installing 5.1.7. So we're going to say pip show Django again, and we have a slightly newer version of Django. So, all right, let's see. Show Django on install. Now you can also do search for packages. You can say pip search and say, and search for the package if you didn't know what it was. All right, so apparently this is no longer supported. In any case, I'm not going to look into that at the moment, but next we're going to show you how you can freeze an environment. So we're going to run freeze, and this is going to create a requirements file, right? So run pip freeze. This should freeze everything at its current version, I believe, but it's going to write out the list into this text file, right? So there we go. Now let's view this text file. So it gives a list of things that were installed in this environment. And now let's say if we want to create a different environment. So let's deactivate the environment we're in right now. Deactivate like that. So we've deactivated it. Notice before it showed the virtual environment. Now we're not inside any virtual environment at all. So next thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and create another virtual environment. So I'm going to copy and paste this command right here. And instead, we are going to, let's just not be creative still, and let's call this venv2. And yeah, we're going to need Python 3 on this system. We have to specify version 3. Depending on if you have Symlinks set up on your system, it may be different. Now we're going to go ahead and activate this. So I'm going to copy paste this and just fix this. venv2. So source venv2 bin activate. So we've activated a new environment. So instead of venv, we're in venv2. Now let's see. If we want to show what's in there, we could say pip list. So we can see we only have the pip package installed in here. So if we want to install everything that we had in our previous environment, we saved those in the requirements file. So we can kind of duplicate that. So we can install anything that's in that requirements file. So we can go like this, paste pip install -r requirements. And it's going to install everything from that file. And let's just check again, pip list. And you see, there we go. All the packages we had before, the same version, are all now installed. Now, another quick thing I'm going to show you is how you can run pip check. So this checks for conflicts. We have no conflicts, so nothing, but that's something you might come across or might find useful, but no issues here. So let's try pip cache purge. Pip cache purge. This will clear the cache to free space and fix it. Sometimes you can fix issues with this. So remove files removed 22. So anything that was cached is removed. So sometimes it'll pull things down from the repository so that they can be used more and installed more quickly in the future. But we don't need to keep those around. If we want to save some space, we can remove some files. And yeah, let's see what else. I think this is everything we wanted to cover for today. So list, uninstall, cert. Yeah, this is everything. So this is everything I wanted to go over for pip, for pip virtual environments and your basic default Python package manager. So hopefully this helps you and gets you up and running. This is great for development and like small projects and stuff like that. You might also want to, another thing you might want to look into is using Conda So the Anaconda distribution or Mini Conda, which just comes with the Conda package manager, that's a little bit better and more of like an enterprise solution for large projects and large teams. So you're likely to come across that in the corporate world. So do be aware that Conda is another tool you might want to use instead of this. But this tool is a little bit faster, simpler, and easier to use if you're just getting started, especially for home projects and stuff like that, or you just need to get something up and running quickly. You're going to want to use pip in virtual environments. But be aware that Conda will allow you to use both pip or will allow you to use the Conda package manager instead of pip, and it gives you a whole other way of managing virtual environments that lets you do all sorts of other things that aren't available with the default venv command that we have here. So I'm actually going to be publishing another video about that right after this video. So if you see this video, the next video I have published will be my Conda video. So stay tuned for that. And while you're at it, you might want to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss out on our future videos. We do a lot of great tech stuff, everything from Raspberry Pis to robots to 3D printing, networking, Linux, Windows systems, hardware, software, all the good tech stuff you want in your YouTube feed. So definitely hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below if you have any questions, comments, criticisms. If I left something out or I was wrong about something, feel free to call me out down in the comments. And might want to give me a thumbs up for this video, but that's about it for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.